Now, the world knows that he came. They know that. In fact, they're busy right now celebrating it, or giving it a good shot anyway. They know that he came. Not only that, they know when he came. The calendars of history are set by it. Not only that, they know where he came. There's no question about that either, Bethlehem. But what I'm sure they really don't know is why he came. And that's the issue. It doesn't matter that he came, when he came, where he came, if you don't know why he came. That's what really matters. And if you know why he came, it really isn't important when and where. Why is the issue? Why a Bethlehem? Why a star? Why shepherds? Why wise men? Why a manger? Why a mother? Why a baby? Why a stable? Why a Christmas? Why does God become man? What demands such an act that causes God to leave glory to enter into human history? Mark 10:45. For the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life, what? A ransom for many. He came to pay the ransom to God. Sin and death have kidnapped humanity. Sin and death hold humanity for ransom. And God requires a price to redeem back lost men. And Jesus comes and pays the price. And what is the price? To give his life a ransom for many. He had to die. In Acts 20:28 it says, the church which he purchased with his own blood. Jesus Christ came and paid the ransom price to God, which allowed God to break the shackles of sin and death and free those who were redeemed. He was born to die. In Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 5, it says, a body thou hast prepared me. Why? Because you were not satisfied with sacrifices and burnt offerings. In other words, sacrifices and burnt offerings could never satisfy the holiness of God. And so God had to send one final great climactic person to be the ultimate sacrifice, who by the offering of himself perfected forever them that are sanctified. God had to prepare a body for the Son to enter the world, to make a sacrifice that would satisfy. Don't ever think that Jesus was just a self-motivated individual. He came to fulfill the eternal redemptive plan of God. You cannot isolate Christ in history from eternity. He came on a divine mission. I am come, he said, that you might have life and have it more abundantly. That's his gift to you. That's why there was a Christmas.